Gospel songs are no longer gospeling, no matter how much you try.
What you are doing is entertainment and emotional.
And cast out the God, kept the sound, called it, industrialized it, called it gospel music.
Everybody is singing and dancing for TikTok. They even create TikTok challenges for gospel songs.
Gospel music and dance challenges on social media. Some people are actually against dance and music challenges when it comes to gospel on social media. You know, when we talk about industry, we are talking about where there is transaction. But when we are talking about ministry, we are talking about sacredness of the service or worship that is being rendered. There is a third category, and I think it was in the year 2018 thereabout that we started hearing that term ministry, which is a clipping of ministry and industry. Now, there is temple music. What does temple music mean? For us to understand temple music, I think we would have to look at the book of 1 Chronicles chapter 25, verse 1, where it talked about a certain part of the Levites being consecrated to temple music and worship. Now, the mixing is why people have issues with gospel music and dance challenges. You cannot say ministry, which still has the element of industry in it, you cannot say carry the same sacredness as temple music. But when we talk about industry or ministry, we are talking about an aspect of the industry that is consecrated to gospel music, but eventually should be bringing about remuneration for whoever is putting his investment into that industry. So we will talk about the stakeholders of the industry or the ministry. Now, when you have a problem with someone in the ministry for doing challenges, then there is a problem, because you fail to understand that that person is still in an industry, be it gospel industry, but it is an industry, hence the name ministry. Such a person will apply marketing strategies so that it can come about the end game, which is to be able to make profit from that which he is doing, although it is ministry. I mean, a man can be in the bank and the banking industry can be his ministry. So we talk about the apostles in the marketplace. But if you are into temple music, you don't expect this kind of people to do whatever they are doing for the intent of making a gain out of it. Because even the Lord has already given the commandment earlier, saying that, you know, the Levites, they do not have any inheritance, that he himself is their inheritance. I think we just need to understand the class and know the principles that are obtainable in that class. On the other hand, I think the artists too have not helped matters at all, because it's not only the consumers of gospel music that seems to be confusing things up. You see, even the artists seem to be doing the same as well, because you will see a functionary who is clearly in the ministry or industry, as the case may be, trying to bring in the consecrations of temple music into what he's doing, trying to explore temple music. This is very confusing for the consumers who do not know where to place that particular person, and can easily get offended because they are expecting a certain level of consecration where your music is concerned, and they find you doing the things that a mainstream artist would have done. It is quite confusing. So you want to be a Theophilus Sunday, but you still want to be, you want to add a little bit of limo blaze to it and still be called a minister, although you are not yet ordained into the fivefold ministry. It's quite confusing. You need to pick a struggle and let us know where you actually belong. But I guess we'll talk more on this on subsequent podcasts.